Hyderabad, hello Telangana. This is Udai Talks episode 9. Today's episode is very special, very dear to my heart because we are going back to a place in my life where I have taken my formative steps here in India. When I, for example, was trying to find my own place and we were shifting from the West Indies to come here, I was on a very rigorous journey to find a place of employment, as with many young people. And somehow I have found not just employers, but I have found what feels to me like family who have given me support, shelter, and most importantly, a very loving embrace in the formative years of my career in India. I am here at Udai Omni Hospitals, and joining me today is a dynamic duo, a father-son duo, that is Dr. Udai Prakash and his son Dr. Udai Prakash. Now, Dr. Udai Prakash is an institution here in Hyderabad. He is one of the most sought after and senior orthopedic surgeons in the city, and he's actually been, I think, here for decades. And his son, Dr. Udai Prakash, is following in his father's footsteps, a doctor come entrepreneur as well. And both of them have not only set up a healthcare institution that is known for its patient success and outcomes, but is known for three important things: its family, its ethics, and most importantly, the practice of medicine that yields to patient satisfaction and happiness. So it's with great pleasure that we are here in Udai Omni shooting this podcast here today. I just wanted to run some quick figures by you just so that we set some context here today. Hyderabad, in terms of medical tourism, because this particular institution is a hub for medical tourism. So Hyderabad is one of India's top 3 medical tourism destinations, and that's a very promising start. But most importantly, it's worth noting that the national market for medical tourism is expected rather to grow, surpassing $13 billion by the end of this year. And not only that, but this hospital is known as a center of excellence for orthopedic surgery. So factoring all of these different things and the potential of 2 to 3 billion by 2030 with just orthopedic surgeries alone, it means that this hospital, its legacy, is well positioned for continued success in the near future. It is with great pleasure that I sit here joined by Dr. Udai Prakash and Dr. Udai Prakash. So in a post-independence India, where the entire country was trying to figure its way and its place in the world system, I think it was quite formidable for different entrepreneurs to understand what their roles were in the wider community and how they can actually help by solving challenges. Here with me, I have Dr. Udai Prakash and his son, Dr. Udai Prakash. These are the owners of Udai Omni Hospital in Chapel Road, Hyderabad. They are among the pioneers in orthopedic surgery in this city, and I would even say the country. So let's talk a little bit, doctors, about that place in the post-independence era, setting up a business in that time when a lot of things were still quite uncertain. I just wanted to understand from you to kind of explain to us what are some of the struggles that you would have faced in starting everything up, Dr. Prakash, and how did you actually find ways to overcome them?
Well, when we started this hospital as a service to society and a means of surviving in this world, only one thing came to my mind, and that is service where it is not available. This service in Hyderabad was then not available when I started. It was 1974. There was no private orthopedic surgeon in this whole big city. Then it became popular in no time because it was based on compassion. It was based on service to society and not started as a business. because a professional man cannot think about business. There is a little difference between business and profession. Professional man is always concerned about whom he serves. A businessman thinks about the money which he will earn from his client. So think hospital and places to treat patients as institutes which should give relief of disease or whatever problem patient has, lifestyle or various types of affections of bone and joints, particularly because we are orthopedic surgeons. And before my little institute in near Abbots, there was no private hospital also solely catering for orthopaedics and trauma. That's why it became popular, because I know the local lingo called Urdu, because my studies were in Urdu and my MBBS also was in Urdu, and then it immediately became popular. Amazing. That's how it was. But later on I found that the place was not good enough for orthopedic work, because orthopedic work demands cleanliness of a different kind. And this cleanliness is even what you call deeper than what you have in pharmaceutical drugs. So I went to when I went to Kirloskar's to find out how to clean, they gave me an idea, and that's how I started my work.
Excellent. It's actually quite rare that we get to interact with an entrepreneur, well, a doctor first, but entrepreneur second, a senior Dr. Udai Prakash, because he's an institution in the city. And I think for those of you who don't know, he actually, he's over 90 years old and he still sees up to 15 patients a day. Am I correct? Let me ask you this. When you had a vision to start this hospital, the vision in the 1970s, that's 1974, 1975, what was that vision from your perspective? And Dr. Udai Prakash, is the 2026 vision any different from the 1974, 1975 vision? Dr. Prakash, you start.
The service which I created, the vision was first survival in this city. And everybody was observing me, how can a single specialty survive in private service? And their whatever fears were allayed, because people just started flooding.
Beautiful. And Dr. Udai Prakash, the 2026 version of that vision, has it really changed, or is it just like a modified version of the same thing?
Absolutely. I think you struck the nail on the head. The vision still is centered on ethics and towards the people. So despite the fact I spent well over 20 years in the UK, coming back to Hyderabad was like coming back home. The people hadn't changed. They were still looking for a good, reliable service where they would not end up emptying their pockets. So we stuck to the principle that we have to serve the people, follow the path of ethics that has been laid down by Dr. Udai Prakash, and we are still not a business in the traditional sense, here to make money. However, it has to be said that to provide a good service with near zero infection rate, you need a good hospital with clean air systems. So what Dr. Udai Prakash was saying about having gone to Kirloskar's to give him a clean air theatre, we have continued that idea into modern era and have brought in systems that are used abroad. That is an 8-level filtration in theatre and is called a laminar flow. And what we have is a vertical laminar flow with ultra clean air. And that's how our patients get fantastic results, quick healing, and they go back happy.
Amazing. We spent a lot of time talking about this idea of that connection with the people and that meaningful connection that it actually is. I wanted to get a better sense of the demographic that is present in this area. So you have the Old City, you have Nampally, you have Charminar. And so what I'm wondering is, how exactly did a doctor who was educated in the UK, as you said, your first mode was survival for the business. How did this doctor who has been educated abroad coming to Hyderabad to set up things here, how did you find that initial contact with the wider community, doctor?
There was problem not only with whoever were my patients, but also with the colleagues. As far as I know, the profession always had jealousy with each other from time immemorial, not only here but also in England. They didn't like each other. They thought that they are snatching their business or luck or something like that. The same environment I faced when I came here. I was posted to Hubli at that time by the then local government, and they wanted somehow for me to survive because I have come with a fellowship from the Royal College of Surgeons of England. At that time, there was no orthopaedic speciality, but then you could practice that as a general surgeon. So basically, being a general surgeon, I was a head-to-toe surgeon. And that's how I have managed somehow with the local population, whatever problem they came with, I treated. And that's how, and then with compassion. And that is a very necessary element for any doctor.
It's so important to understand that when, as a doctor, you are not just healing a patient with a wound or with a problem, you are actually kind of taking care of a family, because when these people who might be breadwinners, might be caregivers, whatever it is, when they are going from a place where they can get infections which are life-threatening to going to a place where they can live their lives as normal people, it's a wonderful thing to see a family almost patch back up to right where they needed to be. So healing is essentially the connect between you and the wider community by and large, right? I wanted to understand, Dr. Udai Prakash, in 1974-1975, when you started this hospital, what were some of the technologies? Technology is now the lingo of the day. What were some of the technologies that existed at that time?
Basic as far as the implants in orthopedics are concerned. And I was thrown the challenge of salvage, of fractures, right from the beginning. Nobody knew how to handle joints. I learnt from the latest journals and then started doing joint surgery. And I could just end up in doing what is called a bipolar hip as far as the hip is concerned. But when they have visited other surgeons, then they started coming when it did not work, particularly in the bigger hospitals in Hyderabad, which were government hospitals, really big, but the infection rate was high. And such salvage work gave the popularity to this small hospital. Started with only 6 beds, then increased to 10, then 18, and then I felt that we need a better institute and then more congenial operating environment. And that's how the idea of laminar flow, by then it had come in West. So I went 81 to England to see joint replacement work. And when I went there, we found that they were still experimenting with it. So my professor, William Waugh in Nottingham, told me, Wade, you should not enter into this business because we are still experimenting.
Quite so, doctor. And the thing is, from talking about laminar airflow in its basic avatar, I should say, to what exists today, which is probably something a lot more complex, to even AI and robotics in surgery in Indian operation theatres. Dr. Udai Prakash, could you tell us a little bit about Udai Omni Hospital's current innovations and how it's actually shaping India's AI and robotics forefront?
I think India is in a very unique position with the youngsters that are coming out of our universities, hungry to be in the forefront of technology. We might not have roads or basic infrastructure from the government, but the internet doesn't require a lot of basic infrastructure. It needs satellites and it needs connection. So our youngsters are, especially from IIT, are doing some amazing work in robotics, in orthopaedics. And I can give you a real example. Robotics came to Hyderabad a few years ago from America. We were not the first ones to adopt robotics because we were still a little skeptical as to where it's heading. And there were other hospitals who started doing robotics with robots from America. And they were doing a wonderful job, no doubt, and spreading the message that robotics is better than conventional, but in true sense, if you really look deep into it, there really isn't much difference between a robotically done hip or knee compared to a conventional one done by an expert. Okay, I think we have to move forward with technology because this is where the world is heading. So we had to reluctantly join the bandwagon, but we didn't have the money to buy expensive robots from America. So we said, okay, we'll take on the new Indian robot that has come, manufactured locally. And we bought that. The company was very keen that somebody like this hospital has tried it out without putting the patient at harm. So we tested this out, and I went to other hospitals, had a look at how this was functioning, and I was reasonably convinced that I think this robot is not going to do any harm. So we started using it, and what we found was it took a little time to get the work done, but the balance in the knee was perfect. However, I felt that there's a lot more that can be done here, and I started talking to the company, and they were very receptive of my ideas. So we started collaborating, and now we're developing the next version of the software, where all my concerns about the software are being addressed. I must say that already the first version was fine, it was working fine, but I think there's a lot more you can do. There's no end to technology, there's no end to perfection.
Correct.
So now we're working closely with them. We're doing a lot of knee replacements robotically, we're doing partial knee replacements robotically, and we are hopefully will be starting hip replacements robotically assisted as well.
Quite fascinating. And I think what you rightfully mentioned in all of this is it takes quite an investment to make all of these things happen. Now, in a lot of businesses, you might probably start up small and then you start scaling up, exactly as Dr. Udai Prakash would have mentioned. So Udai Omni, because that is the current name of the hospital, there is a merger that would have happened some time ago. I just wanted to understand how that merger, when it happened and as it still continues today, how has that actually shaped your father's vision for the hospital in the future? Right?
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that my father wanted his legacy to continue, his work to continue. I'm sure there was a little concern whether his son will come back or not. But I think deep within I knew that I had to come back. So I dropped whatever I was doing over there. One fine day I decided I can't leave it too long. So at the age of 47, I decided to hang boots in England as a consultant in a university hospital, as an associate professor in Warwick University. Come here. We had already started the groundwork to collaborate with someone to build a better place with modern theatres, modern environment, which the patients were looking for, because there were other private hospitals that had come up, which were providing a service that the patients wanted to go to. They were moving away from going to smaller places, which were called nursing homes in those days, and wanted to be in an environment which is much more modern, with modern facilities. So we started working with Omni Hospitals, and led by a contact, maybe an acquaintance, I would say, Mr. Surya Bulagam, who felt, to me, he was not a typical businessman. He sat with us for a long time, and we discussed how we wanted to move forward, and we worked together to come up with a plan to build a more modern place. By then we had already bought the land next door, but we didn't have the wherewithal to build a hospital, which would have costed us tens of crores. So he said, okay, I'll come in, and we worked together, and we worked a fantastic equation between us that worked for both of us. And in 2017 we started this new hospital, which is 100 beds, and we wanted to move away from just orthopaedics, because orthopaedics requires other specialties to make sure that the patient goes through their journey safely. So that's how we started the modern Udai Omni Hospital, with its other specialties like intensive care, medicine, internal medicine, cardiology, dialysis and nephrology, and a few more theatres to get other surgical specialities in as well. Endoscopic surgery, laparoscopic surgery, things like that.
And Dr. Udai Prakash, that traditional form of spirituality, how does that affect someone who is as modern thinking as you?
I have always been under the shadow, in a way, or the umbrella, in a way, of spirituality in this home. Starting from my grandfather, I have very fond memories of him sitting on the floor with him, and him talking about Vedas and stories from the Vedas and ancient history and our epics. So spirituality is always there in the background. I think that is what, although I'm not as advanced spiritually as my father, it is what grounds me. It is what keeps me away from being worldly. It is that other wing which is developing and not fully developed yet. But I hope to develop that wing over the next decade or so. But it is there in my daily life, and over the last decade that I've been here, just over a decade. That is what is keeping me grounded. That is what is keeping me sane, and that is what eventually will make sure that I'm balanced. I've started questioning every move that I make. For example, every time I say something, I reflect, should I have said something different? I think it's when you start realizing that, maybe I could be different, maybe I could be better. When that question is constantly striking you in your head, I think perhaps you're on the right track.
As you speak, both of you hint a lot about this idea of balance and making sure that all of these different elements working concurrently in your life kind of keep you rooted and focused on the things that matter most. We as the general public looking into a business would see a business functioning. You have directors, you have managers, you have operations and all of these different things. But when the door closes, the lights turn off. How does this group of individuals move from fellow business owners to family and sit at the dinner table? How does that dynamic work?
Yes. The life outside my hospital is not very brilliant. I never worked for popularity because to me, obtaining the worldly success is important because others can follow us. World, by and large, as you see in today's situation, they only think of wealth, acquiring, getting rich, and getting popular. But this doesn't come by going after it. It requires hard work and it requires spirituality. I hope my professional colleagues do realize this, and then one day I'm sure this country is going to be great, not only environment-wise, but also spiritual way, which was its original glory, which we have lost for developing science, which has now come to the conclusion that there is nothing like science, because even the split atoms end in energy, and they have got the Nobel Prize of 22-23. So you must realize that. So outside environment is getting worse and worse. And one day this world is going to suffer for its follies.
A very in-depth perspective. Dr. Udai Prakash, I just wanted to understand, what's a typical dinner table conversation like, one experience like, you know, because you guys are working so late, it's probably very difficult to get times to sync where people could actually sit and spend that quality family time together. What's that like?
Yeah, I think the classical dinner table family get-together is quite rare these days. But when the family gathers, it's an incredible conversation. Nothing to do with business, nothing to do with the profession. It's to do with happiness, with what our kids are doing, how they are, surviving as now, in their late 20s and early 30s, have 3 sisters, and one of the sisters is still with us, the other 2 are in America. And she's heavily involved with the business. Her husband is our spine surgeon, who's also a well-known spine surgeon of the country. And when we come together, because we, as a small family, we try hard not to talk business. Because if business comes or profession comes, then the conversation can veer off. So we are very conscious of the fact that we shouldn't talk business. We talk what we do otherwise. For example, I golf a lot, I travel a lot, and for me that is happiness outside work, and that keeps me grounded. It's my form of meditation. Having a good circle of friends who are successful, who are also very ethical and fit your bill. So as a family, we try to veer away from talking the profession or business or the issues in the business, but we have a formal meeting, which we have differences. Of course, we have differences, but we make sure that we come to a head and represent just one voice outside with the corporate. So what we try and do is not to show that we have any major differences, major issues. We are here to make sure that the business survives. We work together, both as a family and with our directors from the corporate. And luckily, we've never had any major issues. The relationship with the corporate is still very good. And we are one of their, I would like to say, jewels in the crown.
Yeah, absolutely. I could attest to that same concept, Doctor. One thing I just wanted to get from both of you is that we have talked a lot about Hyderabad being this place for medical tourism. It's now one of the top 3 destinations in the world, actually, Hyderabad city. And that GDP and all of these different things that it contributes is in the billions right now. It's expected to even cross, I think, 4 billion by the end of this year. So the numbers are quite promising. What I wanted to understand from both of you is, while all of these things sound very nice, a lot of hospitals keep coming up everywhere, every street corner. So for a young doctor who has just probably finished their specialization, has probably come into some kind of investment, and they want to probably start a business of their own, what advice would you both like to give to that person who is balancing a medical career with a business that has to grow and thrive? What advice would you give, Doctor?
So with both wings developed, I would tell him that being honest to oneself is extremely important. And a person who is honest to himself will always practice correctly. Because nowadays the profession has gone awry, and everything according to the West we are doing to make money. Money helps, no doubt. But money is not the end of life. You have lived the life to the full. And to live the life to the full, and happiness is the important part of life. Happiness. And you will see in bold letters written outside the hospital, your health is our happiness. And not your health is our business.
Absolutely. Dr. Prakash, Dr. Udai Prakash.
So basically, one thing that has really helped me, or 2 things that have really helped me, is first, getting my basic training in England. What England teaches you, despite the fact that they've ruined our nation, they've colonized the various parts of the world, and that sentence that sun never sets on the British Empire, they have looted us, but we have learned a lot from that too. We learn, a lot of things from others. One thing that I've noticed when I went to England is how to be a doctor, how to be, in traditional sense, a doctor, how important that patient-doctor relationship is, how to respect that person sitting opposite you, giving them time, giving them your ears, no matter who they are, whether it's somebody off the street or somebody from the royalty. You give them the same time, give them the same attention, and give them the same treatment. So that's what I learned in England. And when I came back from England, I used to sit with my father in the same consulting room, opposite him. And that was another world, another dimension of what compassion and care is. He didn't care how many people were waiting outside. until he was happy with the consultation with that particular patient, until he felt that that patient or that person has understood what he's trying to say, he will not let that patient. So despite the fact there is commotion outside, his secretary used to say, "Sir, just wait, madam, just wait. Come and shout after your consultation with the doctor. If you are then shouting, then I will give you your money back." They would always come out smiling and would apologize to that secretary, saying, "Thank you very much, that consultation was immaculate." So that added dimension to my practice has actually given me, I feel, the same amount of respect, in society as my father was getting. So his traditional patients have now started coming to me because they felt that, he's son of the father, but is also, he talks like him, he behaves like him. And so many people actually tell me that, you talk like your dad. So luckily I have the same kind of a lingo. I don't have the pure Urdu expressions that he has, but I still can talk the local lingo, the local accent. And so I think that's what I've learned from him to be a doctor. And this is what I'm teaching my juniors, that they should follow the path of ethics, give time to the patient, don't see hundreds of patients, give appointments, give them their time, what they deserve. And first of all, they've paid you, so you make sure that you repay them back with your knowledge, with your treatment. So this is what we're doing with juniors as well, not only making them doctors, but also great surgeons, because after all, we are surgeons, but doctors first.
Absolutely. I just wanted to, what a wonderful way to bring this conversation to a close, because first and foremost, the hospital industry has been developing a reputation, I would say, these days, and it's so refreshing to hear very seasoned, very wise doctors of your repute coming forth here and talking about this value of the healing experience, the patient's outcomes, affecting how we perceive success in the medical industry. Every time I speak to Dr. Udai Prakash, sir, I always feel like, I always use this word, I think it's pearls of wisdom. It's always something that stays with me. There's always something that I get and I take home with me forever. And of course, I see a lot of that reflecting in Dr. Udai Prakash as well, in following in his father's footsteps. I think it's just such a wonderful, deep, meaningful conversation that we've had here today. This is Udai Talks. I just want to say thank you so much for listening to us so far. Please join us for the next episode in the next month. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on social media, and I will be sharing a link to the social media handles and the website of Udai Omni Hospital. If you want ethical treatment, ethical care, the best in the business, this is where you have to go. Satish Raghu signing off. Thank you so much.